Hello and welcome to a new episode on our podcast. And today, if you want to learn more about the amazing real estate market here in Dubai, this is the episode for you. I want to welcome Sam from Casa Key Real Estate. Hey Sam, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Eliaz.
Thank you so much for coming to this episode.
Yeah.
So you've been an expert of the real estate market in Dubai for a long time now. Just to get our audience and everyone who listens to us right now acknowledge with your story. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to the world of real estate.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I was actually in real estate before way back to India also, 6-7 years back. So I moved to Dubai 6.5 years back. So before that, I was in real estate itself and some other industries also, in insurance as well. But my background was never a sales background. I was primarily into operations, audit, quality, and did some certifications, relevant certifications for that. And when I moved to Dubai, so then that was the first time when I actually got into absolutely sales, right? So I started working as an agent and then gradually learned everything. And then we started our own agency approximately close to 2 years now.
Amazing. And, talking about sales and a lot of, real estate brokers or agents that step into this role for the first time in their life doesn't understand how much the ability to sell, the ability to create a good impression in people, to have good relationships with people has to do with actually being a real estate broker. Tell us what you haven't came from sales. How much the ability to sell is a major key in being a good real estate broker?
So as per my experience, getting into sales is not that difficult. But the important thing about sales is that it's all about your conversational skills, right? It's all about your personality. It's about your knowledge. So it's not about whether you're selling something. Let's say if I want to sell, cars, if I want to sell anything in the world, despite I'm not from the sales background, if I have, the passion for that, if I really want to learn, so selling is not that difficult at all. So obviously when we became agent, came into market, obviously initial days it was tough for us also, but given the background, given the educations, it was easy for us to grab and learn everything really fast. And then within, let's say 5 to 6 months, we were able to settle down and continue with the journey of, selling properties.
Tell me about the first days as a real estate broker. How much difficult was it for you to get it, to understand this thing, to go through this journey?
It was difficult. It was definitely difficult. See, when you join real estate as a salesperson, the first thing which comes in your mind, and especially in Dubai when you join, immediately, obviously, when you come here, you don't have car, you don't know what to do. You're clueless how to sell, how to rent, so you need to understand the law. So you need to have a good mentor first. So initial days when we also joined, so we used to walk 10 kilometers a day, right? In obviously 45, 47 degree temperature and without car, just walk. We used to travel a lot in metro, buses. We struggled a lot. Initial days is always struggle, but obviously you reap benefit out of it later stage, but initially is always struggle. So you have to explore everything yourself. You need to understand what exactly this market is. You need to understand processes. You need to understand law. And then probably you'll be in position to start selling something or start renting out something.
And tell me about the first time you sold a property. I'm sure it's a good one.
First time I did not sell, honestly. I only rented out. So the first rent deal which I closed was in Greens and Views in, if you know about this location, and that was a studio apartment and I rented that and the commission was 3,000 something. And obviously that was a big achievement for me because I just entered the market and that happened within 2 months, if I remember correctly, when I joined as a real estate. So initially 6 to 8 months, I was only doing rentals. I did not get into sales because it's a process. You have to learn the basics and then you get into, selling properties because you need to learn entire process of selling as well.
When have you felt that you are in the right time to jump the next phase of moving from renting to selling?
When you rent few properties, then you have a network of the clients, right? So then you start getting inquiries for the sales also. Then you tend to learn yourself. So in my case, I did not have a mentor, right? I had few people who were telling me what to do, But because I used to do a lot of research, I did so much of hard work, going myself at every place, looking at the properties, looking at the prices, and then talking to clients about it. So initially you have to learn through rentals. And then when I understood the complete process, after 8 months, I did my first resale. I sold one property after 8 months.
Amazing. And we've been discussing before this episode about educational background. And you told me that it's not the most important thing of being a good real estate agent. Nevertheless, it's not important at all, right?
Correct. It is not. But see, to be a successful real estate agent, it's not very important to have a very good educational background. But whosoever has, it gives you an edge. But if you don't have that background, the most important thing, whether you are qualified or you are not qualified, the most important thing becoming a good real estate agent is that you should have passion for this industry, right? You need to learn. If you are on the learning curve, even if you're not educated enough, it's absolutely fine. People who are very qualified, and if they are not passionate about it, then probably they will not be able to sell anything, right? So it's all about your passion. It's all about how much keen you are to learn this industry.
And you have also some examples, you've been telling me about, really education agents that you saw that haven't sold at all, and also not really educated background agents that actually managed to sell quite a lot.
Yes,
right?
yes. I do know. Okay, I'll tell you about two people. One is very educated guy, and I know them personally today also. A very educated guy, and one guy is, let's say, only 7th or 8th standard pass, right? Year 7, year 8. So this guy, the one who is not very educated, he entered into real estate 6 months back. Both the guys joined together. No background of real estate, zero knowledge on what Dubai real estate is, zero knowledge on technicality, zero knowledge on law. So they entered the real estate market, and in last 6 months, the guy who is not very well educated, right, he closed 4 deals so far, worth 8 million, right? And the guy who is very well educated, he could not close even a single deal. Now, the reason behind this is the guy who is not very well educated, the only thing which we could see in him is the fire, the passion, and he always wanted to learn, right? Every day and night. For him, the office timing is not up to 6 o'clock, up to 7 o'clock. For him, it's 24/7, right? So he used to meet clients at 11 o'clock in the night also, wherever client gives time. And the guy who is very well educated, he's, at 6 o'clock, let's go home. So you forget about things, now you're not working on real estate. So real estate is the field where it is about, you drink real estate, you eat real estate, you sleep with real estate, you talk about real estate. This is what real estate is. And not even real estate, any industry. If you want to be a top in your industry, so you have to be passionate about it. So this guy is very, very passionate, and his passion towards this industry and his passion to make money, his passion to be successful is the only reason that he is able to close deals. And the guy who is very well educated, it's very difficult to mold him. Because he has a kind of background where he thinks that he knows better than other people. So that's the thing which becomes obstacle for him to learn real estate better and sell something.
Definitely. And I think you gave us some really interesting tips on, the right mindset of a real estate agent. Do you have any other, top tips you can share with us for someone that thinks about becoming a real estate agent?
I'll tell you very in simple language. I'll talk about 3 P's. Right? So there are 3 P's which are very important if you talk about real estate sales. First P is passion about real estate. You should have passion about real estate. If you're not passionate, you will not be able to sell anything. Second P is you need to understand the product knowledge. Right? So product knowledge, when I say, it means whatever project you're selling, it's not only about selling that project or getting knowledge about that. You need to know everything around that. You need to know about what city you're dealing in, what exactly happening around you. So the knowledge is very, very important. And third P is process. So if you know about the entire process, you know how documentation works, what are the documentation involved with RERA, land department, you need to learn that. So if you follow all these 3 P's, there is no way that you will not be successful in real estate industry.
Amazing. And you also mentioned, quite an interesting thing about mentorship, because you mentioned that you didn't really had a mentor. You haven't really had a mentor of yourself.
No.
But a good mentor is a good way to have a progress in
Yeah,
this
indeed.
industry,
So
right?
if you have a good mentor, that's actually very, very important also, So the big thing which in real estate market right now, any new agent who comes in, if he doesn't get the right direction and if he doesn't get the right guidance, the chances of being successful is very, very bleak, right? So if you get a good mentor and knows the industry and he's or she is telling you to do certain steps, right? So my advice will always be just blindly follow, right? If you'll not follow your mentor, you won't be able to break it, right? So that's very, very important. So having a good mentor is also important. So when you join real estate, don't think that it is something where you will become overnight millionaire or billionaire, because we see so many YouTube videos, people are making money, who is selling real estate in Dubai, but it's not magic, right? So every industry works on its own pace. So if you are becoming a real estate agent, whatever background you come from, if you have a good mentor, apart from that, if you follow exactly what your mentor is telling you, so if you're doing that, you will be successful. If you're not doing it, then I'm sorry, the chances are very, very less that you will be able to make it.
Definitely. And another thing that I think it's a major key for success in any field is actually getting to learn and continuously learn. Always
Absolutely.
be a learner of everything. How much do you feel that being a continuous learner like you are today helped you do your A game as a real estate agent?
So continuous learning is also very important. See, today, even if we are running an agency, we manage so many people, we have good investor network, but still every day we learn, every day. So continuous learning is something wherein you need to keep yourself updated with what is happening in the city, what is happening in economy, what is happening in real estate, what developer is doing what sort of projects are getting launched. You need to be aware of everything in this market. So if you are, let's say, I'll give you an example. Any real estate agent, if he takes a holiday of 1 month, right? Trust me, that person goes back 2 months when he comes back. So all the people he was talking to, because the city is so fast that there's so many changes you will see in a month's time. There's so many announcements which keeps on happening in Dubai, right? So execution is also very fast. So by the time you come back, you will realize that you have missed so many things. Right? You missed so many launches, you missed so many economical activities which had happened in your absence. So then you have to learn that again. So getting yourself continually learning is very, very important in this industry.
And where can you acquire this knowledge? Where can you get this information? Let's say if I'm now on a vacation or before I'm even jumping into real estate, where can I learn? What are the changes going on in Dubai? What are the things that are very most important to know?
The best platform is Khalees News, right? For any economical activities, we keep getting notifications, right? That's the best way to understand what is happening in Dubai. Apart from that, if you talk about developers, every developer has their own groups of agents, right? So whenever they are coming up with something, they always release the notification in advance before coming with the launches. And reading the newspaper, e-newspaper here in Dubai is very, very important. Every news you should track, you should know what is happening. With developers also same thing happens, right? So everything is linked. Dubai real estate market is obviously, in any country, any city, real estate is always dependent on the economy of the place, right?
Definitely.
So Dubai economy is boosting, right? So we have so many agendas lined up. So Dubai real estate is also obviously linked to that. So if you have half knowledge, you know what is launching, what is not launching, what prices are there in the market right now, but you don't know what government is doing, to achieve so many things in future. So then it will be half knowledge. So therefore, I always suggest agents that make sure that you have knowledge of everything. And even if you are out of work, if you are on vacations, if anywhere, we are in a era where technology is there, so it's very easy to go through your notification and see what is happening here. So you should not lose the grip, even if you are not in town, right? So that's what my suggestion.
Definitely. And I think that one extra thing that many agents are struggling with is actually keeping their database, their interested buyers or interested sellers always on and active, and make sure that they are the trusted one, the one that when I want to sell my apartment, when I want to buy a new apartment, I'm reaching out to this one. What are the tips or advices you can give to someone that wants to build a really hefty contacts book?
See, I'll tell you this, in our language we call it pipeline, right? So So basically, for me, it's about networking. It's about, not having a complete book with you. It's something where you need to have your own network. See, real estate is not about only selling. It's about, building relation with people. So in our understanding and the way we work is that we never insist anyone to sell any project, right? Properties are there to be sold and people will buy it, right? But it depends from whom they are buying and what is the right time to buy that property. So if you are building relation with people, and if you are telling them with logical fact and figures, if you are showing your knowledge, what you know about it and why you're saying so, then you'll be able to sell very easily. So the pipeline which we are talking about is your relations which you have with people, right? So let's say if I have 100 clients in my book, right, doesn't mean that all 100 clients I have good relation with. So if I'm maintaining a book of clients, it means I am just trying to hunt for a buyer, right? But if I'm not maintaining it and if I'm trying to build relation, honestly speaking, I don't need that book, because my relations with people will be in my mind, right? I can reach them anytime. So to achieve something in real estate, you have to be a good advisor. You need to build relation with people rather than creating your pipeline and then reach to that stage. Although as a process, it is important, right? Because we use CRM, we use so many technology to make sure, the leads are generated, and then you have to sort it out. Then you have a sales funnel. Everything is fair. That's the part of process. But whenever you get in touch with a client, you need to start building relation with them directly. Don't ask them, okay, you inquired for a property, when would you like to buy? So you need to understand their needs, their requirements, guide them, suggest them. Even if they buy from you, they don't buy from you. It's absolutely fine. The problem is that agents gets impatient if a buyer decides to buy a property, goes to a launch, and suddenly they change their mind. Maybe because of any reason, they don't like it. Despite they have given expression of interest, they have given some money already in advance to developer, but it's subject to, obviously, they finally buy it. They change their mind. And the problem with agents is that they stop talking to those clients. They don't understand that the relationship is important with that client. If the client is taking a big step, there is a reason to it, right? So you need to understand that reason and stay in touch. So building relationship is important. Maintaining a book is important, but that book should have all the people with whom you want to build a relation. Don't look at those books like these are only leads and I want to earn commission out of it, right? So if you'll run after commission, you will never be able to be successful. Trust me.
Yeah, and first of all, I agree with it so much, especially in that industry where every small lead can potentially be very, very worthy, high worthy. It's really important to have good connection, even to be the one that you get when one of your leads, contacts, friends, network, you name it, when they want to sell a property, when their friends want to sell a property, when their parents want to sell a property, they reach out to you because you are known by someone. This is the best marketing tool there is. But I want to ask you if you could share with us maybe a case study or a story of one property that you or one of your agents sold recently, and you're really proud of the way it's been achieved and the things that have been done there.
See, all our investors, we always do this, right? We as I said, we never sell only because we are getting 4 or 5% from developer, right? But I'll tell you one case study for someone who is an investor, right? Who was never an investor, who was a salaried class, who is still a salaried class, turned into an investor with a thorough research and planning, right? And obviously their trust on us, and it didn't happen in overnight. So we have a client who has been a salaried couple with no risk-taking ability, because any person who is salaried, obviously they get scared of putting money anywhere. They think twice, thrice before putting money, and they need someone whom they can trust. So this couple, they came to us, and they had requirement of buying a townhouse for staying for themselves, right? And I won't disclose the salary range, but decent salary, right? So we told them that, okay, you take this townhouse. We suggested them some property, but we told them, see, you're earning good. why don't you try to, spend more in property so that you build your portfolio, right? So they were a little skeptical on this. They said, no, we are salaried people, we will take mortgage, we only need one property to stay ourselves. So somehow, anyhow, we convinced them to obviously buy one property which they liked for self-use. Although we suggested some other area, right? The reason was not commission. The other area which we suggested was actually a better area than what they bought. But we said that, okay, if you want to buy here, this is also good, but that is much better. It's your choice. They said, no, we will buy here, right? So they bought this property. After 1 year, I told them that, okay, this property anyways is going to get handover in, let's say, 2-3 years now. There is an opportunity. Buy a 1-bedroom apartment for off plan. That was 620-30,000 dirham. And you will make profit out of it, right? And the payment plan was very good. Every 6 months, you had to pay only 10%. I said, try to manage this. Trust me, you will make money out of it. And they agreed and they invested in that property also. In that property, they made approximately 400,000 after paying only 350 to developer, right? The property which we sold to them initially, they made approximately $1 million in that, right? And meanwhile, after this 1-bedroom apartment, we sold them one more. So eventually the trust was so, good that they understood why we are suggesting them all these properties. Trust me, in last 3 years, now they have 4 properties, right? And they're very, very happy. Despite being a salaried class, 3 years back, they were thinking that they will never be able to be an investor. But now they have portfolio of 4 properties in 3 years. And most second 2 properties they bought from the premium which they got from the previous properties. And today also they are always willing to invest. And they get 100 calls from the agents in the market, but they never deal with anyone else, right? So this is what trust is. So anyone, if you try to tell them the figures, numbers, telling them that, this is how you can create your portfolio of asset, then probably they'll go with you, right? So this is how we turned a salaried class into an investor today, and they're still salaried, but they're happy being an investor also in Dubai.
Definitely. It's such a huge life change, for them to actually, relying on rent. Sometimes rent is not very easy here in Dubai, and now they own 4 properties, which is amazing. I think it's the best way to connect us to our next segment in our episode, which is talking about the investors. So if we are moving from that marvelous example you showed us, what are the first time investors, how to do this leap, from being a salaried or don't own any apartment to actually owning your first apartment? What are the first time investors should know before they jump into this market?
Let's say anyone who is coming in Dubai to buy property, because everyone hears about Dubai real estate market. So you being a first time investor, it's very important to understand that first you have to, fix your budget. What exactly budget you have to buy a property, and then which areas you want to buy. So someone who is coming to Dubai always feels that, downtown is the best area to invest because it's in center. Everyone knows about Burj Khalifa, right? So then they talk about Business Bay. Then they talk about obviously Sheikh Zayed Road. But most people who come to Dubai as a tourist also, and when they come as an investor, they wouldn't have seen Mohammed bin Zayed Road, Emirates Road, Hamdan Street. They don't know about it. They don't know about the communities around that area, how that area is getting developed and has developed in the last 4 years. So first you have to decide your budget. You need to approach the right agent. Now the question is, how will you reach the right agent? You will just put in your inquiries maybe on the social media or everywhere, right? So just need to make a checklist for your own self. If you have a budget, let's say for 1 million, plan your numbers very well that, okay, after these months, I can make the payments. And what is your expectation from the property? Are you looking to buy a property for capital appreciation? Are you looking to buy a property for rental returns? Because there are different areas for both the objectives, right? So if let's say you want to spend 1 million immediately now, you have liquidity and you want rental returns immediately. So the holiday home is the best way to make highest rental. And there are areas where you can buy property for 1 million also and get a rental return immediately. And similarly, if you are thinking of capital appreciation, then you will need to invest in off-plan property and have a payment plan in place so that you pay gradually and by the time you finish your 1 million, you are in position to resell that property and make some capital appreciation. So it's all about your own objective. But to be honest, it's very important to understand your own objective, understand why you're investing, how much you can invest, and talking to agent in that same manner that this is what my requirement is. So if you will tell your requirement clearly, the real estate agents will definitely be able to guide you that, okay, this is what you need should
Amazing. And on that regard, I want to ask you, because there are many objectives and many things that people are buying real estate in Dubai for, and there have been, like two major, let's say, ways of buying or properties. It's either off plan or it's either resale, So what are the pros and cons for each of them? What are, people should consider when they approach off plan or they approach resale?
Okay, so if you're let's talk about off plan first. Off plan is the market which is actually, if you look at the Dubai Land Department data also, off plan sales has actually exceeded resale in last 3-4 years. It's going up and up. There's so many areas which are getting developed. Let's say Al Maktoum International Airport was announced. So immediately when that was announced, and everything around that area started getting developed and the prices went really high. Today also there are so many projects which are coming on. On Emirates Road, if you will see, most of the land has already been acquired by developers and most of the lands projects have also been announced. So if you're buying off plan is a way to make you a good capital appreciation in long term, right? So if you invest today, let's say in 3 to 4 years or 5 years, you'll make very good amount of money out of it. And you just need to make sure that which area you're investing in. Versus resale has their own areas right now. Let's say if you want to buy anything in resale in Dubai South today, right? So 1 bedroom apartment you'll get for 800-900,000, but the rental is also same, right? So you will get, let's say 6 to 7% rental return in Dubai South. However, if you want to buy anything resale in downtown is a lifestyle community, right? So rental return will not be very high in downtown, but because it's, surrounded by Burj Khalifa, so your prices are really, really high in downtown. So if you're buying a resale property, the only objective it meets is that you will get immediate rental returns, but the capital appreciation cannot be promised or guaranteed in long term, that how much it will happen. However, in off plan, the capital appreciation will be higher than obviously what you buy in resale today, right? So this is what the difference in off plan and resale property.
So it's actually about your target, right? Or where you would like to cash out, let's say, if it's long term or short term.
Correct. So if you're looking for, let's say, anyone who has 10 million, right, and wants to have capital appreciation also and wants to have immediate rental return also. So our advice would always be that, okay, some part of money invest in resale, some part of money invest in off plan. Off plan money will make you capital appreciation and give you good amount of money in, let's say, 3-4 years, and resale properties will start getting you rent immediately, right? So your money will eventually become 40-50% higher in the next 4-5 years.
Definitely. And another thing that investors need to know about the real estate market in Dubai, it's been highly regulated and protected by the DLD and RERA. Tell us a little bit about these protections that are being held on the market.
See, most important in Dubai about land department RERA is that, let's say, in off plan, whenever you invest in an off plan, the important thing which you should know is there is an escrow account, right? You are not making any payment directly to developer's bank account. You're making a payment in escrow account, which is being, looked by land department also, right? So you cannot take out money on your own choice as a developer. So escrow account is there. And then when you sign an SPA, which is sale and purchase agreement with the developer as a client, so the clauses, if you read through them, although these are 35-40 pages SPA, I am really sure there are many clients who read it, there are many clients who don't even read it. So if you read that, there are so many clauses which protect you as a buyer also, and so many clauses which are for the developers. So let's say if there are penalties involved by land department if the project is getting delayed beyond a certain time period, right? And also the best part, if you know about Dubai Rest app, any project which is getting launched in Dubai, you can track the progress of that project, because land department, they do the inspection of every project in Dubai, right? Regular inspection happens. Therefore, then they release the money from escrow account. So it is actually a good control by land department if you talk about all the off-plan properties. And when you buy a resale property, Best part about resale property as a protection for buyer is that first, all the clauses of the MOU which you sign, the contract which you sign with the seller, are defined by the land department, and everything is digitalized, right? You don't need to sign any physical paper. So let's say today I'm buying a resale property. I can verify the property myself on Dubai Rest app without logging in, checking that you are saying you have a property for sale. Is it really you who owns this property or someone else? Right? So Dubai Rest app, you can definitely check that. So everything is digital. You can check the ownership. You can check if there is a dispute. You can check yourself. No agent is required for this. And once you buy the property, first thing, there is no advance required here. So you need to sign an MOU without any advance. Only a security deposit check as a buyer you have to give, which is non-cashable, and that stays with the agency, right? So you're protected there. So if tomorrow, let's say seller backs out, right? So you are also protected. If you back out, then you have to pay the penalty, but it goes through RERA and court. It doesn't work like this, that if you back out from a property, your check will be given to seller. No, it doesn't work out like this. So there is a process in place by land department and RERA. So in resale properties, whatever documentation you do is digital, and you have to visit land department trustee office to transfer the property. So all the clauses are predefined. Everything has been made digital. You can check the ownership. You can check the service charges. You can, make sure that, wherever you're buying property, it is clear property. There is no dispute in the property. It is already, you can investigate that in Dubai Rest app. So all these protects the buyer when you buy any property in Dubai.
Amazing. And I want to, on that note, understand from you, have you, it sounds very, safe and digital and very straightforward and very clean and very transparent. Is it the most surprising thing you found out on Dubai real estate market, or you've been surprised from other things?
No, I was surprised by this only. When I moved to Dubai, obviously I come from India. So in India, when I came here, RERA was already launched there also, but obviously it was not digitalized. It was not so, organized and process oriented by that time. Now things have little changed, but when I came here, I saw that everything is very, very transparent. The good part in Dubai is, and which actually was surprising for me also, I would not say surprise, but I loved it. That it is very, very transparent. Everything you can do yourself. If you know about apps, how to operate apps, you can check everything yourself. And apart from that, if by any chance you have any doubt, trust me, you can walk into land department office also, RERA office, and you can clarify your doubts. They will help you. Nobody will stop you that you have not bought any property. Why you're coming to land department? You can go, you can ask your queries there. They will address it. Right, so this is the best part about Dubai.
Definitely, we're speaking a lot about the boom of Dubai, the boosting of the economy here. But I'm hearing a lot of noise, a lot of people that are saying that it just, they're gonna be corrections pretty soon in the market. Something's gonna change, something's gonna fall. How much do you see it from your experience in the dealing every day with the market in Dubai?
We experience it a lot, right? Everyone experiences. Everyone asks this question, and there's so many questions around this, that the prices have gone really high. We see a correction happening. There will definitely be a correction, but eventually I'll tell you something. As I said earlier also, that the real estate market of any city, any country is always dependent on the economical activities also of the country. So now if you look at the Dubai economy, right, if you look at the past, if you look at the future, everything was planned, right? So Dubai is a place where they planned this city. Dubai is a place where they already have agendas planned for economical activities. Let's talk about D33. If you talk about 2040 agenda, if you talk about anything which government announces here, right, gets executed really fast. Apart from that, all the plans are in place. So they are boosting their economy, right? They are boosting the population. They're doing everything to increase the population, right? They're attracting all the investments here, right? So if you look at the recent news, you will find so many news about, new investment, which is regulated by, Dubai. So there's so many new investments also coming in. So Dubai is a place where economy is, growing fast, right? So it's a trade hub as well. So it is definitely linked to the real estate markets. The more people come into Dubai, obviously you will need more homes. So if you need more homes, And if they are not enough right now, developers will need to launch it. And the moment developer launches it, obviously it's demand supply. So if the demand is high, so prices will also go up. So there is no way in coming 30 years also, I don't see any corrections or price going down in Dubai now. And whatever happened in past, that was, different factors which happened. And Dubai real estate market is not very old real estate market. It's only 20-25 years old market, right? So this city is planned by a government, how this city will look like. Today also, if you'll see that complete metro station plan is in place, right? Some metro stations are getting handover in 2029, 2030 also. Overall, when the entire Dubai will be connected to metro, there'll be more 200 stations is getting added. So same goes with the trading hub also. So everything is planned, right? And so if everything is already planned and government is on track with everything, so then how is that Dubai market prices will correct? So there is no need of correction, right? The prices are not to be corrected right now. All the prices
no
which
reason
are there,
to correct them.
No reason, yeah. So any price which is there today, anyone who doesn't buy a property thinking that the prices will come down, they are making a mistake. The prices will keep going up. They'll not come down at all.
I'm thinking about, I'm talking about big metropolis cities around the world, especially ones that, the Western ones, Paris, London, many of these cities, finding a brand new one-bedroom apartment in the central city, it doesn't go, even $2 million, $5 million, $10 million sometimes. Right. And here you can still buy for less than $1 million.
Absolutely.
Or even $500,000.
Absolutely. So, if you read the news recently, Dubai is the lowest per square feet price right now, lowest. As compared to London, as compared to Canada, as compared to, Singapore, as compared to so many places, right? Dubai is lowest right now. So if we are already at lowest, but we are in top 10 city being the safest and clean city, right? So how the prices will come down?
So Sam, it's been really fascinating talking about you about the real estate market. Is there any, let's say, last pieces of advice you'd like to give for either investors or for real estate agents that listen to us right now?
Yeah, definitely. So any agent who wants to get into real estate market, most welcome. Every month there's so many real estate agents who join real estate industry. But whatever background you're coming from, always remember one thing, that you have to put in hard work in this industry. You have to be committed. You need to be passionate, and then you'll be successful, right? So this is the advice for agents. Don't think that it is overnight success in real estate industry. You will make money, that's for sure. And you can become millionaire also, you can become billionaire also, but it's also about efforts, right? So whatever efforts you put. And about investors, Dubai is the right place right now. If you have missed investing in past years, don't even think that the prices will come down and then you will invest. You will again regret about it. So invest today and don't wait for prices to go down. The prices will go up. Anything you're investing today will also get you a great capital appreciation and returns on your investments in coming years. Yeah,
I definitely feel that, real estate is, I think, the leading industry in Dubai today, especially, around social media. You hear only about real estate. It looks like it's going to go that way. Sam, Casa Key Real Estate, thank you so much for coming to this interview.
Thank you so much, Eliaz.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. See you next time. Bye-bye.